Hey, it's Klaus here with another quick tip episode of the Ecommerce Coffee Break podcast. Today, I want to do something which I haven't done for a while. I want to do a video review of a Shopify theme. So I will install a theme on my partner account and then go through the theme and the back end and see what kind of benefits, features this theme has. And maybe the theme is a good match for your business. So let's get started. So here we are on my desktop, and before we get started, I want to give a big thank you to the team of Getsitecontrol.com who sponsored today's video. Sitecontrol also is the developer of the theme that we want to have a look at, and the theme is called Aurora. It's a brand new Shopify theme, and we want to dive into this a little bit deeper and see what it can provide for merchants. Now, in the Shopify theme store, you will find the Aurora theme already. It's in there. It comes with a ton of different features. So if you want to go there and find out in detail what kind of features this theme has to offer, so there's a whole list there, then just go to themes.shopify.com and look for Aurora and you will find it there. Now, I will start here with the preview, and this is the theme that we're talking about. It comes in two different designs. It comes in the pure design and into the sheer design. And I will touch on both of them quickly and show you the differences there. Now, generally, what I like on this theme, it's a very clean, very modern theme. I think can match a lot of different verticals and niche depending on what you sell. Not necessarily only fashion, but I imagine that this theme will fit for a lot of merchants. So I said very clean layout. I want to start here on the home page. A couple of things that I want to point out here. You see here they have a language and a currency selector right on the top where people would look for it. So you don't need a separate app for that, which I like a lot. The less apps that you have installed in your store, the better it is, the faster your theme, your store will be. And obviously that helps you with user experience, that helps you with SEO, with ranking and everything that comes. So you always want to have a look on a speed optimized theme there. Here you have a promotional bar, a notification bar, a hello bar, whatever you want to call it. And you see there's even a slider in there, so you can put more than one message in there. I usually recommend just to have one message. User experience shows that people are not necessarily clicking here, but this would be the place where you can either, as here, announce a promotion, have a coupon code, or highlight that you have free shipping or something like that. So this is best practice, what you should do. I like that a lot. Over here, the social media icons, I would usually not necessarily put them here. I would put them somewhere in the footer, but you have the chance to put them in the theme. You put them there. Then some space here for the logo. Now this logo fits very nicely, obviously. So I can imagine with this black and white, it really stands out. And then the navigational bar in the middle, in the center where the eye is being drawn. So I like that a lot. And also from the typography, from the font type, I like this a lot. It's very clear, it's easy on the eye, and it's high contrast, which helps you a lot with conversion optimization. Always remember people with reading glasses like me, older people with smaller devices, older devices, older displays, where a faint font would not really stand out. So you always want to make sure in regards of usability that you have a very clear font. I would even go here and increase the font size a little. Now here you have the usual three. So you have your card or your bag in this case, and your user login, your account creation, and your search bar. I would recommend to have an open search bar, but nevertheless, this area is quite well suited to have all these three things together. What I like in this layout is that it's very clear in different areas, so it doesn't overlap, it does not feel crowded. And most importantly, the whole header of your store is very narrow, which means that the main content comes high up on the screen above the fold. So people usually do, you will see that from screen recordings with Lucky Orange or with Hotjar. A lot of users do not scroll down a lot, and they will not see what's below the fold. So you want to make sure that this header navigation, which obviously is quite important, is as narrow as possible. Now, as for the header image, for the hero image here, the theme comes with a ton of different options, and I will dive into that in a second. Usually you would have a static hero image here, but you see here they even have the option that you have two videos running here and a text in the middle. Now, this gives you a lot of options there to present your brand. what you do with your value proposition, with your unique selling proposition in a text and in a very visual way. So that's an interesting concept they have here. I haven't seen that. Here you have just the wide format video with a text overlay, which is quite nice. So this is very nicely done. And then here you have the one that is usually the one that I recommend the most, just a static image with a text overlay, with a call to action. This usually should be explaining what your brand is about, and has, obviously, as it's not a video, the fastest loading time. Here, another option for that, also very nicely done. They have their value proposition here, a very clear call to action. So this would be my favorite, but nevertheless, you can play around with that if you want to find out, and maybe that's working better for your audience, to have videos in here. This theme gives you this chance to implement this. Then an overview here about the different collections that you have in your store. So you have like a sub navigation here to go into different areas of your store. And always keep in mind the homepage has basically 3 reasons why it is there. So first of all, it should introduce your brand to a first-time visitor. You do this usually up here with the hero image. Then secondly, you want to build up trust. So you will do this with testimonials. And we can see this here more at the end of the page. So they have a testimonial section here. This can be also reviews. This can be awards, anything that builds up trust. Something like here, you want to have this on your homepage. So this is only demo store. I would change a couple of things here. I would bring the trust building elements a little bit higher on the page, that people need to scroll down. And then the third reason for the homepage is that get people the quickest possible way to the product that they're searching for. So that's where this part of having a collection overview works quite nicely. See, there's other options here on how to do this. This demo store obviously gives you a lot of different things. I would not pack so much on the homepage. Here, another part that's quite important also for the homepage. Also, this would be higher in my world on the page, but it gives you just an overview of the different features that you can implement on the homepage. Obviously down here we go all the way down and have user generated content, social proof, put in your Instagram account, sort of best practice here. And then obviously you want to collect email addresses as much as possible. And then you have the usual sign up again, 10% off. Could be a bit more creative like this, but as I said, it's just an example where you collect the email address. And then down here we have the footer menu, which also I like a lot. Pure is really a good name for this theme here. It's very clear, very straightforward. So again, here we have a about us section, so people will be can quickly find out what this store is about. Then again, the menu here. Here we have to follow us. Again, I would only put it into the footer, and another call to action to subscribe. You can move all of these around. You can also put others in there. So we will see that in the back end. Very, very straightforward. Now, I want to go into a collection here, just see how a collection page looks on this side. And you see menu changes here. We have a collection image here, in this case, even a video. Again, this theme is very flexible when it comes to the sort of content you want to put in there. So video here, and then we have the collection page here. Now, obviously on a collection page, you want to have a lot of filters, which they have here. I would not necessarily prefer that to have it as a pop-out, but you can change that in the back end. What I like here is that this filter, let me move my face over here, there is already a swatch overview of the colors. So colors, people are very visual. With swatches works much better than just having the word there saying red, blue, green or whatsoever. So swatches, very, very nicely done here. We have the sizes in here. We have the brands in here. We have a price range selector here and even more filters. So this can be done very flexible in the back end, but I like the way it is styled. a collection page is there for one reason, and the reason is to bring people as quick as possible to a product detail page. So filtering, very important here, and this is nicely done. And then also we have the usual sort features here as a drop down, so also done, and then also a featured one, which makes it easier then to bring people directly to a featured section. So this is nicely done here. You can sort it here on how many you will see. That's something you don't see in many themes. So some people prefer to have a bigger image there. Again, they might be visually impaired or whatsoever, or don't want to be overwhelmed. So you can go also in this one. Now you have this little bestseller. Now everything is a bestseller here. So probably I'm in a best-selling. Let's see where I am. Maybe not. Let's see. Just sort something different. So this little notifications here you can use not only for bestsellers, so you can also say that's, I don't know, a promotional bar, whatsoever. I would not necessarily put this on every product, but again, you can do this. As you can see here, for instance, there's a sale product, so we see the difference here. So you can play with this and just highlight certain products to within the collection page and then take people directly there depending on what they search. Down here we have the obviously the name. Then we have here this. I reckon this is the brand name, and we have the price there. I would, if possible, add also a star review here, so that this would help. And then here we have the quick view, where you can either go here and open a pop-up where you can basically then directly buy it from the collection page, which is a feature that some stores use. You as a merchant have to decide if that's the right way for your audience. Usually people do not have enough information at this point to make a informed decision to buy from you. But if they're returning customers, that might be one way. Usually I would recommend instead of to have a quick view, I would have a view product or go to product or something like that, or view details, which then take people to the product detail page, which I will go now. I'm being here on this product detail page, and let's go quickly to that page and see how it works with this theme. So overall, I think you can still see it's a very clear, not very playful, but a very pure design. Something I like. Again, it might be different for your audience, for your brand, but this basically focus on the most important things, and these are usually the things that people are looking for when they search. Now let's start here on the right-hand side with what is called the buyer's box, and I think this is very nicely done. So on the buyer's box, you can see here we have the brand name, we have the product name, we have the price. SKU number is not particularly something that is interesting for a lot of customers. Usually, if not completely necessary, I would take it out there, but I would put in star reviews. So if you have reviews, and this product might not have reviews at this point, that's the part where you put your stars and link to reviews. What I like here is that you have a short form text here explaining what the product is. So this should be benefit focused. So what's in it for me as a customer? And it helps a lot. Not many stores have that. Not many themes have that. And it's definitely best practice. Then we're also working here with buttons and not drop downs, which is great. And we have a size guide here, also direct link here to the size guide. And that's where people are looking for it. So you want to have size guides always very close to the size selectors. And that's very nicely done. So go on this one and you see here a slider that comes and gives you an overview of the sizes and more information that you need. So this is very nicely done. Really best practice, something that I recommend to my coaching clients a lot because not many stores do this. Then here you see with the colors, you can work with these swatches and you can decide what kind of swatch you want to put in there. So this one basically, as it is a multicolor product, shows also the variant here. So square printing. So nicely done. Also a stock overview here, and then you have a quantity selector, and then you have your add to cart and buy now button. And down here, a separate section where you can add more information directly related to the product. So I must really say that this part here, this buyer's box here, is really nicely done. It gives you all the main information, and it might be because you have this short information here, might already give you enough information to make the decision on if you want to buy this product or not. Not a bit particular fan of this share button here, because people who have not bought from you yet most likely will not really share that with your friends. So social sharing is something that you might do post-purchase. Now going down here, we have a lot of good information here. So a lot of best practices here. So return on exchanges, find your size, fabric care, and shipping. You want to address all the most important questions that comes to mind when making a buyer's decision to buy the product on the page. So you don't want to have them going to a returns or shipping terms page. So you want to have all of this on the page. So this is really, really nicely done. Same for shipping. You don't want to have people wandering off with the link to your shipping policy page. You want to have this information right here. So think about this as a FAQ, and this will answer any kind of question, obligation, concern people have, so that they can make their decision if they want to buy this product right here on the page. Then we have the customer reviews. Again, if you have customer reviews, I want to see the stars up here. So I think that might be something you can do in the back end of the theme. But also they should be very close to the product. And then this is something that is in the right order here, which I like, is so you have customer reviews first, and then you may also like with some related products. And then going down here, there is more collections. I think it's a bit of an overload. I always want to focus on the main things. And then down here, free shipping, easy returns is also trust building elements that help to make a informed decision and then go to the checkout. So overall, I think this is a very nicely done product detail page. So very close to what I would recommend. I said there's a few things, and it also depends on the products, on the audience, on the brands. Now let's add to cart and see what's happening here. I want to have a look at the cart. So we have a slider cart here. Slider carts usually win compared to a traditional cart, but this is A/B testing area. So if you really want to find out what works best, you need to A/B test with your audience and with enough data to find out what works best for your brand. Now here we have a motivator to add more products to the cart to get free shipping. And you see also here, this is with this kind of timeline, or this line here, which shows you how much you need to add. So some kind of visual element there that helps there. So this is nicely done. And again, this is already integrated in the theme. So you can do these things with every theme, but usually you would either have more apps, more plugins, or customized stuff in the back end to make this work. Here it is part of the theme. Quick overview here with a selector, and this should be dynamic, which it is, so that's perfect. I see I've already added a second one. We have a little what's called trash can here to get rid of a product, and this works also nicely. We can add an order note, and this is also. It is on the cart, but only if I click it, it comes out. So a lot of carts have this open all the time, and just takes away valuable space that you need, and also it creates distraction. So you want to have this. And then it gives you the price here. And then it goes to a standard Shopify checkout in this part. So I don't want to go to the checkout in this theme review. It's just a standard Shopify one. So overall, I like this a lot. But let's go to the cart page and have a look there quickly, how that looks. And then again, we see here, this is very clear. There's not much going on there. So if you're using a cart page compared to a slider or pop-up cart, you want to do some A/B testing. There's a couple of elements that I'm missing that I would add, something that I do with my coaching clients to optimize a cart page. But for a start, for a standard out-of-the-box theme, it's not bad. Let's go to a overview here, and I start from scratch of a mobile version here. So for the mobile version, we see here, again, a very narrow, very clean, and nicely structured header there. Here we have the burger menu, so nothing special there. So that's nicely done. Logo in the middle. Then we have the search icon and the card. So very clean. I would change the search icon to an open search box in a perfect world scenario. But again, this is nicely done. Then we have the header image here. And again, the different versions that you have on the desktop version you have here. Then again, the collections, a very nice, clear font So this font format is very nicely done. It's easy on the eye. It's easy to read. It's big enough. So that's great. Nicely done. And then if we go down here, it basically just breaks it up in a more mobile friendly format. So that's nicely done. Let's go to a bestseller page and then to a product page. Just want to see how the pages look. So again, here we have the overview as on desktop, and then we have the filter here. Let's see how the filter works here. So now the filter becomes a slide out filter. For mobile, this is the better version. For desktop, I would always make sure that the filter is open all the time. And then let's go to a product detail page. Product detail page, again, you start here with the image, which is great. I did not talk about the image gallery, but I think that's nicely done. This is just a standard image gallery. Then the buyer's box coming here, very clean. The FAQ section, customer reviews. So that's all very, very well done. What I'm missing a little bit, but you can do this in the back end, is having more long content text for the product description. And if you have not enough space to explain what the product is about in this buyer's box. So that's something you can do in the back end. So we will go to that in a moment. And then let's see what the add to cart looks here. Probably also a slider. Yeah, so we have a slider cart here taking us then to the checkout. So overall, desktop and mobile version of the theme are really straightforward, really nice, really modern, that I like. Let's have a look at the second color version of the theme, and you will see there's also slight layout changes, and you can change that with one click in the background. So you see here we have a different font, we have a different positioning of the logo of the menu. So you can play around with that, you can move them around. And again, you can do this manually for both in the back end, but you can also just use the sheer one compared to the pure one, and you will start with the other one. Same here, you have your hello bar, you have your language and currency selector. So the rest is pretty much the same. It's a different color scheme. And again, in the back end, you can change the color scheme to your brand color. So you don't necessarily need to be this grayish or this yellow-green of the other option. So you can work with that. And it will just show you here. And that's why I would recommend to go through the Shopify preview, what you can do and how you can basically use different sections in the store and to achieve a look and feel that works best for you. We're going here to a product detail page. You see the layout is also different, but the structure of the buyer's box is the same. So I like that a lot. As said, this is very nicely done. Here we have the FAQ directly below the being part of the buyer's box, which I usually would prefer. And then you scroll down and you see here you can go, and here we have the description part, which I was missing out on the other one with vertical horizontal tabs. So the way that you want to present the information of your brand, you can play around with that in the back end and structure it as you want. It already shows you there's a lot of flexibility in this theme and a lot of features that usually with other themes you might buy as an extra Shopify app is already included here. Now let's finally go to the demo store, and you see here I'm in my partner account here, my Shopify partner account. I have installed the theme already. So let's go over and have a look at the back end. So when you install the theme, you can install your theme in your running store. It will not be activated, so you can have this as a theme. So you see, this is the live theme that I'm using right now, but you can go here and just upload the theme trial of Aurora and then customize and play around with it. So you don't need to buy it to get a feeling on how good it is. So either go to the Shopify theme store and use the demo there, or install it in your own store and then play around with it with your actual products in the background. And then you can go here on preview and have a look or customize. In the preview store, so this is my demo store here, you can see here, and I have installed, or I will go quickly and have a look at the preview of Aurora in my in my store. So you install the theme, you download, install, and then you go on preview, and then we have a look here, and you see here, this is the Aurora store that I have, and I haven't done much to it, to be honest. It's very raw. So basically, I just uploaded the image there. I wanted to see how a hero image looks like, and I think I have added one product. So here are the different sections, and again, completely empty, and you can play with all of these. So that's the way it looks once you have installed the empty theme, and that's basically the blank sheet that you start from to create your store with the Aurora theme. Now, as said, there is a ton of features in there. I would not go and put them all on the homepage. So in this case, it's more of taking things out, switching things off, than adding more things, which will help you in creating your store relatively quickly. So basically, you would take the demo store, see which kind of elements you want to leave or keep for your homepage, and then you go in the back end and you switch them off or edit them. Now let's go in the demo store, and I will show you how that looks. So basically, you go into customize here, which then will give you an overview of all the sections and blocks that you have there. And you see here, we are here on the homepage. So it starts with the homepage. There we go. We start with the home page, and then you have the different elements here. So you can move them around. You can work on the elements. You can change the button colors, and so on and so forth. You can work on the headers. So here we have different color schemes that you can use, for instance, for the slider. So you can use basically pre-configured parts there. You can decide which kind of images you want to have. So even you can have different images for desktop and for mobile, which might be a good idea depending. And you also, this is the part where you upload the videos that you want to have on your homepage in the header section, in the hero section. And again, here, very easy. You directly upload and select from this part. Then here you have your value proposition, your USP, your overlay text that you want to have here. So in this example, this is the one with the two videos or image to the left, right, and the text in the middle. So this is very, very straightforward. Let me show you, for instance, here might potentially have a button here. So you see this button here, you can go there and change the button very easily and have a different one. You see here, this changes now into outline button. I can just have text there instead of having a button overall. You see here, then it changed to a text. So advantage here, and you know that with Shopify Online Shopping 2.0 or OS 2 Shopify, this is the layout that you can expect, and it is in time. So it's what you see is what you get, and you don't need to save all the time. In the moment when you make a change, this preview will show you what your page will look like in real life. So as said, here on the side, we have all the different areas you can work on here for the home page. That's where you switch on and off things. This is where you have your testimonial section, multi-section. And again, if you decide you don't want to have a specific section, for instance, if you don't want to have a testimonial section, for instance, here, then you just go here and then you can switch it off. So see here, now it's switched off, so it basically disappears from the website. If we switch it on and you want to move it around, so you don't want to have your testimonials more at the bottom, but you want to have it more on the top, then you just go here and then you just move it around. So let's see, there we go. So let's say we want to have our there we go. So we want to have our testimonials right at the top somewhere. Let's see. Let's put the testimonials. Let's see, maybe here. Let's see how that works. So you see here now, testimonials are much higher on the side. And then if you go in your preview, you will see that the testimonials, I'll do a reload here, should come up a little bit higher on the page. Let's see where we are. Maybe I need to save this first. Let's see. I'll refresh this. And well, yeah. So in theory, you know what I'm talking about. So I need to possibly refresh the whole thing here. Anyway, so this is very, very easy to manage, and you can see it from the preview here. So the preview took it in. So there we have our image, customer stories. Let's see, I should show here as well. Sometimes it takes a little bit for to refresh. Here we are. So now it's refreshed. So, and you can see I just moved the testimonials with drag and drop much higher on the page, and now I have my trust building elements where they should be. Now, for the general configuration of the store, you have this here on the side with theme settings, and that's where you put in your font style, your color schemes, and so on and so forth, everything, your favicon, your social media links. So everything that is attached to your brand. For instance, you put in your Twitter account, your Facebook link, and all of this. And you see here, they're already in there. So there's tons of selections that you can take to put everything in. So you don't necessarily need to have additional apps there. And I think that's a strong point for every theme that's is a good theme out there, is that you don't need to install additional apps, or that a lot of features that you usually in the past would have installed with additional apps are already included in this theme. And it makes it very straightforward. We see here with the apps embedded that there's a couple of there, and then you can put in more apps very easily there. The AI language is in there. So really, really nicely done. I think the Aurora theme is a good theme. It is only $290 US. There's a lot of themes out there that are much more expensive, and I think for what you get, this is a really good price. Not sure if the price is going higher at some point. As I said, it's a very new theme there, so that might go higher over time. So again, thanks to the guys that provided me with the theme so that I could do this whole video review. If you want to learn about that, Getsitecontrol.com. They have developed a theme, and in the theme store, just look for Aurora, make sure it's the Getsitecontrol version here, and then you can go through the whole thing and play around it with yourself. I like it a lot. I'm actually looking for a new theme for my own store, and that might be something that I might be interested in. So I will dive a little bit deeper into it and fill up my demo store with more products, and then I will give it a try. So that's it for today's theme review. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, then please, as always, leave them in the comments. As said, I'm not related to Getsitecontrol or to Aurora Theme, so I can't answer any technical questions there. For that, you would need to reach out to Getsitecontrol, to the tech team and support team. But if you have any other questions, and I did sort of a conversion rate optimization review as well here, then feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help and point you in the right direction if I can't help you. And other than that, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Have a good one.